On to the news. Valve admits Steam customer support is sucky, but says it's working on it. This story comes to me by PC Gamer. It came across my Twitter like really close to the show. It says 8 seconds ago, but that was like 10 minutes ago. This is cool because those of us who have dealt with Steam customer support know the problems it has. The thing is with Bwana, I don't have to deal with them that much. I think I had to deal with them one time, and it was like, I want to say 5 years ago. Yeah, it could have been like 5 or 6 years ago. You remember they had those $2.50 TF2 copies? This is when TF2 used to cost money. And I bought a whole bunch of them, and it messed up my bank card, and they were like, this is too many small purchases. We're going to freeze your card. So I had to work with Steam support to kind of get my card unlocked and everything. And it went smooth. That's my only experience with Steam customer support. But people who use Steam customer support talk about it all the time, how bad they are. The response times are ridiculous. And I read this article, and it actually makes sense. If you look at what they're talking about and how they're talking about what's going on, the rationale makes sense. It doesn't seem like a hollow excuse. Basically, it comes down to this. Valve basically created the situation on themselves by creating a marketplace with Dota 2, Counter-Strike, TF2. It kind of added a whole bunch of possibilities where people can have issues and financial problems and fraud, just a whole bunch of stuff that can go wrong. And this is stuff that was introduced by Valve. This isn't like existing stuff on Steam. This is over the years they introduced this. So it's a huge factor. And they're working with a lot of third-party providers. So they're dealing with technical issues that may not be related to Steam, but somebody buys something on Steam. It's like walking into a Walmart and complaining that your boombox doesn't play cassettes anymore. Like, hey man, it's 2015. We don't do that cassette. But I bought a boombox. I bought a boombox. I have all these AC/DC, and I have all these Herbie Hancock cassette tapes over here, and I can't play any of them. Now, in my day, we bought a boombox. I put a boombox in my house. I expect to hear the boom, and there's no boom. I was like, sir, we're just Walmart. All right, we sold you a boombox. There is no more. You don't tell me there is no more cassette. I got a cassette in my hand. See, I play it in my car. The car plays cassettes. The boombox doesn't play cassettes, sir. So this kind of situation they're dealing with. Valve is selling games that are offered by third-party providers. People tend to go to Valve for support on those games, even though Valve didn't make the games. And we've seen some improvements over the years. I mean, people say that they're getting better, but it's not quite where it should be. The good news is that Valve has stated that they're going to update their support software to kind of alleviate this. They're going to build a new support system. So that's good. Because I imagine they may have a bunch of hodgepodge of different support software and ticket management software, and probably some notepad and some homegrown services and some weird MacGyver stuff on their systems. So they're probably going to take those requirements and build some kind of a better system that can be more streamlined. And the goal is to have it at an acceptable point by Christmas. And I imagine you all know why they want to do it by Christmas, because ooh, I felt my wallet kind of jump out of my pocket there, because that's when the Steam sales occur. And yeah, that's probably their goal. I'm glad to see this, because I think more companies should step up and admit that they have issues, even if they don't think the issues are as big as the users do, which is 100% of the time. The users is like, she's like, oh, the world is ending. But the company is like, oh, it's only 2% of our users. It's not that big a deal. But I'm glad that Valve is able to step up and say, hey, we've got some problems. Here's what we're going to do to fix it. And I have a lot of respect for Valve, even when they mess up. The reason why I just stated why I have respect for them, because when they do mess up, they don't make excuses. You know, here's the thing between making excuses and doing something about it, and making an excuse and blaming someone else. I like Valve because when they do give you an excuse, they're doing something to fix it. They're taking responsibility for it, and a lot of companies do not do that. They'll come up with some excuse of what the situation is and do absolutely nothing about it, and that's hollow to us as a end user fan base and a consumer base. We don't care what's going on. We just want good service, and that's a valid customer viewpoint. We don't care if you got like roaches in your kitchen. We just want good customer service. Check the story out, guys, over PC Game, but they got the details of it. All right, now let's talk about the freaking big dog elephant in the room. Now you know this was coming. You know this was coming. You know it was coming. There's a little game called Payday 2. And, oh, man. Payday 2 came out with an update today called the Black Market Update. Vlad's weapons deal. And what it includes is a bunch of stuff. You can now heist in style. The weapons deals opens up a brand new way of allowing you to personalize your weapons with skins and mods. Much more. It's safe! Vlad's operation is a smuggling brand new precision engineered safes in Washington State to Washington, D.C., but these safes are too tough to open. Only the best heisters with the right tool can crack them. If only we had a key. Each safe drops a slick weapon skin, and each skin may have special mods and a stat boost associated with it. Sometimes a very rarely safe may contain a prestigious, precious, legendary skin. The Sputnik. Wait, what? The safe card? What? The drill is the key to what's? What? Stat boost? What you? Stat boost? Stat boost? Aside from looking awesome, a skin offers more than cosmetics. What? Skins can improve the stats of a weapon. What? Perhaps making it more stable and affecting concealment. What? Some skins come with associated mods capable of furthering. What? Let's go back in time to June 13, 2013. Somehow we're in 2013. Here's a story. Payday 2 won't have microtransactions. Hey, kids, come along. Read the news. Payday 2 won't have microtransactions. Hey, son, go get me a... Go, I can't even think. Go get me a glass of lemonade. I'll talk to you later, kid. Come over here. Come here. Let me tell you a story. Overkill Software upcoming heist-themed game Payday 2 will not feature microtransactions. Let me tell you, kid, it won't. Lead David Garberg has confirmed with GameSpot. Asked if the Overkill Software anticipated putting microtransactions in the game, Goldberg bluntly stated, no, God, I hope not, never, no. Payday 2 launches in August for the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PC. Oh, man, this is good to hear that the company is taking a stand on microtransactions. Kid, thanks for that lemonade. Back to the present. Stat boost? What? Stat boost? Are you kidding me? Microtransactions? You sold all this DLC, giving everybody the indication that they're not going to have to nickel and dime on top of the DLC, that you'll get the content and that's it. No, we got DLC and we got microtransactions. Hey, what do you know, huh? Oh my gosh. I don't even know where to start with this. I mean, not only do you violate the trust of a very loyal user base, because the Payday 2 user base was behind this game 300%. In more ways than one. People were buying every DLC just to support the devs. And the devs show good faith. I mean, offering the game for free for like an entire day. You know, they were doing some really cool stuff. I don't understand why they're doing this. They're basically converting Payday 2 into Counter-Strike. which is full of microtransactions, which is full of all the stuff that they said in that article before the game came out that they wouldn't do. Never. Oh, no, never. We'd never do. No, we would never do microtransactions. And this is microtransactions evolved. They've taken it to the next level. Not only do you buy crates, which are safes, not only do you buy keys, which are drills, but they have stat boosts. That's like the ultimate do not pass go, do not collect $200 activity one could do. You never, ever, ever do this. And you know what? They're not the only one doing this. They're not the only one doing this. People, they're slowly slipping into that mentality. I think they're trying to condition us, because there's another game by a company you may have heard of. Called Trion. Yeah, Trion made a game called Arcade. You know, that was a big mess, but everybody's like, blame Excel Games. You know, that was their fault. They're coming out with another game called Divillion. Divillion is sort of an MMORPG in the life like Marvel Heroes. And they're offering items in their cash shop with stat boosts. They're not purely cosmetic. I'm like, what is going on? Oh, you could just farm the stuff if you jump. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. I don't hear it. Stop putting stats on stuff in the cash shop. Stop it. Stop it. Just make it skins. Do not make it affect the character. Please. And it's like a trend. Something is, I don't know. It's like they don't think we're watching. Maybe they think we're too drunk on McDonald's or something. Or we're so lethargic drinking Mountain Dew and drinking Call of Duty that we don't care about this stuff anymore. What the heck is going on? It's like a total 180. It's a total 180 on everything good about where we were going with gaming. It's like let's just go back to pay to win. Because they don't even know what pay to win means anymore. They're so confused. They will rage on Reddit for 3 weeks and they won't even know what was pay to win and what is pay to win anymore. And we'll have people defending it. And those same clowns who are up here making big noise, they're the first ones in line to buy the cases. It's the ultimate plan. I'm going to retire my solid gold yacht. Dudes and dudettes, do yourself a favor and don't support stuff like this. It is taking gaming in the wrong direction. You don't want to put a price tag on power in a game. That just goes against everything about the competitive nature of gaming. You don't want to put a price tag on anything stat related. And here's the more important thing. Let's take a step back. Let's go, Patrick. Guys, let's just take a step back for a minute. If you tell your community you're never going to do something, don't do it. It's as simple as that. If you tell your community we're never going to add microtransactions, don't do it. Matter of fact, here you go. Don't say never. Never say never, even though I just said never twice. How about that? Don't go on record and say we're never going to add microtransactions when there's a possibility that you might. It drives me nuts because they ain't the first to do it. You guys remember another company called Hi-Res Studios. And you know what they said at Hi-Res Studios? Oh, you will never, ever have to worry about Tribes Ascend. You don't need mod tools. We're going to support it. We're not going to let this game just sit and die. We're going to support it forever. And you know what they did? They cut support forever. And just recently brought it back. And they're like, oh, we feel bad about that. Well, yeah, okay. You said one thing and did another. It's like you're losing trust of your consumer base. And that's the biggest thing in gaming. It's the biggest thing. You could have the worst game in the world, DayZ. And if you've got the trust of your community, if you got the back in your community, it's not going to matter to them. They're going to stick with you. They're going to stick with you if you have their trust. If you don't have their trust, if you keep lying to them, they're going to leave you in the cold, man. So this lack of trust between Overkill and his user base. Hopefully, it's a lesson to other people out there making games. Don't do this. Just stop it. I don't care what kind of financial situation you're in. You know, if you lose the trust, you might as well just start a new company, and they're gonna follow you. Sergey, you know, everybody knows about Sergey in War Z. They're gonna follow you wherever game you go. Like, oh, that's the same guy that was on this. I'm not touching that game. I'm not even touching that game because that developer or that person was on this. You're gonna leave a stink trail. You're gonna be like Pigpen. You're gonna be walking around and everywhere you go. You're gonna have the stink of distrust, and ain't nobody gonna trust you. You're gonna make the best game ever. It's gonna be DayZ 5.0. With virtual reality and real thirst, you'll run in DayZ and you'll get thirsty for real. Here, have some of our DLC. Here is some DayZ Cola, complete with bean paste. You know, you can make the best game ever, and they're going to say, nope, not touching it. Not touching it, because you messed us over before. Check the story out, guys. It's over on their main site. The thing that's shocking to me is that they have a giant section basically saying that you get stats on your skins, which is usually something companies don't usually advertise that. They don't usually put that on like the spotlight. But this is like, bam, stat boost. We don't care. That's what got me. I'm like, you're not even trying to hide it. It is bold. Oh man. Check the story out, guys. They got the details over there. And that's the news.